So Patrick, what did you think of the giant Gila monster?
I like it to a certain extent. I mean, it's not a good movie, but as far as like 50s B movies go, and like I said this earlier, does a decent job with its miniatures and its monster. You know, it's just a big lizard. Like it's okay. The aspects I really enjoyed, or I was kind of surprised how much I enjoyed, was like how 50s teen it was. It's like all these kids hanging out, wanting to go to drive-ins and sock hops, wanting to listen to their rock and roll records. Like that stuff is very fun to me because it's like so dated.
Yeah.
I do agree. Like it's not a good movie, and I do agree ultimately with what you said about how like Chase is really the only teen that matters, and that's a problem. Like if we're talking about this like an actual movie, it's not great with its characters. They do a lot of because even though we have these like other car accidents that they're going around, they still keep talking about like, oh, I wonder if those two went off and eloped. Like there's not a lot of like plot progression, and that's kind of a problem. Like it could be just like, you know, have a few more teens missing all of a sudden, and then you get a little bit more, not mystery, because we know it's a giant Gila monster because we've seen the opening title of the film, but for the characters to be a little bit like, oh, okay, no, something's going on here, and they kind of do that a little bit just with cars, but they also like don't really seem that bothered by it.
Yeah. It's weird that they didn't take a different route where they didn't have the monster attack more teen friends that like Chase was hanging out with.
Exactly. I think you'd probably have a little bit better of a movie if you did that.
And also, if you had like a little set, like a little miniature of the little town that they live in for the lizard to walk on through, that would have been nice. I would have liked that.
Do we really see the town, whether as miniature or not? I feel like every shot we get is just like of the middle of nowhere, or just, you know, someone along the side of the road or something.
Okay, I think there's 4 sets that are supposed to be in town, and I love all of them, okay? So one of them is the barn, the quote-unquote barn. The only time you see the exterior of the barn is in miniature.
Yeah, the barn kind of is in the middle of nowhere, at least, you know, the exterior we see of it.
The interior looks like somebody's basement. There's another, I guess, like Pat's dad's house. You see that, and kind of like in the doorway. I think you see in the sheriff's office.
Yeah, you see doorways. That's because the sheriff's going up to people's houses and talking to them and stuff.
Yeah, but you're right. Like everything takes place kind of in the middle of nowhere, and then we never actually see characters walking into a building or a set or something. My favorite example of this is actually at the beginning of the movie when they're all going to that like soda bar. And everybody's just fucking parking their cars in the middle of a fucking field, and they get out, and then it cuts to them walking into a room, which is this like little diner or whatever. You can tell they just set the camera up and they're, okay, everybody park in this field, make it look like a soda hop parking lot. You know, people are parking crooked. You don't see like what's on the other side of the camera. You don't see anybody actually enter the set. Yeah, it's definitely low budget. They were working with what they had. But no, I think it's a fine movie. Definitely if you like these kind of 50s monster movies and you like how kind of silly they are at times, you'd probably get a kick out of this movie. But there's not enough Gila monster in it. I wish there was more, because it's a cute lizard. I think that's probably one of the reasons why there's not a lot of him in it, because he's kind of cute. He's sticking his tongue out a lot, and he's crawling around, and they're trying their damnedest to make him look terrifying. But it's not really working out.
It's not really working out, but this is also just a 50s movie. This is a movie out of time. You know, this is maybe in the drive-in back then. Maybe this would have been a little scary. I mean, it's certainly not now, but none of these 50s schlock monster movies really are scary. Even the good ones, you know, Godzilla.
Yeah,
not really a scary movie. It's a great movie, but you know.
But with like a creature like Godzilla, he is a menacing figure. Whereas,
sure. Well, they know how to shoot him.
Yeah. Whereas, which also, I think this movie was originally in black and white, I would assume.
Oh, I saw it in black and white. Did you see a colorized version? I saw it in color.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, so I saw a black and white version.
The one on Tubi's in color.
Tubi as the color version. Yeah. Okay, Prime had the black and white, which definitely is the original.
So that's what I figured, because I was watching, because in color, he just looks so cute, and he's kind of like an off pink color with like these.
Listen, he looks adorable in black and white too. You know.
Yeah,